Hello, and welcome. I am a storyteller, and this monster is a trap. The Death Croaker is a 16-foot tall, massive frog that lives by ambush hunting in the world of Atlantica. Specifically, it lives in swamps and other large sinkholes or pools of waters, like in dungeons especially, and could also be used in your game as a random encounter, either as a monster or a trap, because the Death Croaker serves both roles. Now, in Atlantica, the Death Croaker lives in Calamar, and in areas of swampy water deep enough to serve as a home, and especially you can find them in the northwestern corner of the island, a peninsula that is quite swampy. It has an armor class of 13, 6 hit dice for an average of 27 hit points. It does a bite attack that does 3d6 damage, those sharp teeth. The Thaco, if you use that, is 13. I don't. I use a +6 modifier instead. And it's very slow, but has a very good swim speed. 20-foot movement, 40-foot swim, or 60 and 120 in the wilderness. Their saving throws, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, morale of 8, which is pretty average, neutral alignment, and you usually find probably one of them, but perhaps 1d4 of them. I put that they don't have treasure on here, but you might want to contain treasure in yours, especially if it was in a lair. At any rate, they have sharp teeth, a massive maw. They're large enough to swallow a medium-sized creature whole. And so, with that said, what makes the Death Croaker a trap and not just a monster is that it's not likely to stray very far from its pool of water in a dungeon, and beyond that, if it does swallow someone, it's likely to simply try to retreat back underwater, then continue fighting. Now, with that said, it can hide on a 1 through 3 on a d6 and bite unsuspecting prey. It'll usually attempt to retreat after swallowing one person in a party. The Death Croaker also has a tongue attack that can grapple prey, which is too far to reach, with a range of 15 foot. The tongue requires someone to make a breath saving throw to dodge it, or otherwise the target is grappled and can be bitten next round. Any medium or smaller creature bitten by a Death Croaker must roll another saving throw versus petrification or paralysis, or they will be swallowed whole. A creature swallowed by the Death Croaker takes 1d6 damage per round until they are killed, at which point they begin to be digested. The corpse is fully digested in 1d6 turns, and after that time, there's no body to be recovered even if the Death Croaker was killed. Now, as for their habitat and society, the Death Croaker lives alone, or sometimes in a small group, in underwater lairs or swamps, in dungeons that have pools of water or other waterways large enough for them to live in. And they prefer to be generally completely submerged. Their ecology and seasonal behavior is that they live on Calamar, the largest island of the 4 Isles of Icaria in Atlantica. They fulfill a very similar niche there as alligators and crocodiles do in the real world. They're capable of taking down on larger prey, even though they prefer to, swallow whole smaller prey. But in the water, and in the with that said, seasonally, in the winter, Death Croakers are generally hibernating. In the spring and the summer months, they're found alone most often. And in the autumn, they enter their mating season. They're more often, at that time of the year, found in pairs or larger groups. Now, with all that said, You can find the stat block for the Death Croaker in following the link below to the World of Atlantica Discord server. You can also find other free-to-use monsters, classes, and maps for your RPG game, especially if you're playing old school Essentials. And we've got other RPG supplements as well. And until next time, peace.